Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. It's a show where we love, we laugh, we cry, and we understand. Like the frustration everybody had when they couldn't even log on to Disneyland's site to reserve a spot for Star Wars Galaxy Edge. Trust me, Disney heads, I deal with it every Saturday. All right, let's start with the news that had jokes just waiting to be written about them. Jaden Smith signed on to play a young alternate reality version of Kanye West in a new Showtime series called Omniverse. With Real Kanye also on board as a producer, this is basically that song, I Love Kanye, come to life. Sounds like even Kanye misses the old Kanye. The Charlotte Hornets are hosting an auction for a special quilted Air Jordan 1 designed by Michael Jordan himself. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed in how it looks. Not because I think it's bad, but when you say it's designed by MJ, I'm thinking ones with baggy denim like the Mars Yard overshoe with denim instead of nylon. In an effort to combat the cesspool that is leaving the chat on while playing games online, Microsoft updated their community standards with acceptable trash talk. I love their examples like, that was some serious potato aim, and the bad version is basically the same thing with a slur thrown in. I'm pretty sure I'd be more offended by the potato part because I have no idea what that means. Vince Carter just announced that he is returning for his 22nd NBA season. I really hope he comes back to Toronto for all the feels, but also because I think he gets the retirement tour Paul Pierce always wanted. RIP to ESPN, the magazine. It was announced that the publication will shut down its doors in September right after what else? The body issue, which gave us angles into athletes that we always wondered about, like Serena Williams, but also those we didn't like, Vince Wilfork. I remember being a reader of ESPN back when they were new and not being inspired by my Instagram stories and loving the novelty of buying a magazine of that size. But what I really miss are the covers that were really extra even back in those days. Some worked, like the iconic cover with Steve Francis and Destiny's Child, and some didn't, like Mike Ditka and Ricky Williams, which would be problematic nowadays for a whole other set of reasons. Here are some of my favorite covers through the years. From January 2004, we've got Carmelo Anthony and Jay-Z back when Hov just dropped the Black album and Melo wasn't posting workout videos to prove he still got it. Just a few months ago, the Lakers with LeBron were on a Stranger Things styled cover, which, as we found out a few months later, was a little too real. Okay, now this one isn't a cover, but remember that time the magazine thought it would be a good idea to make Michael Vick white? Yeah, maybe it's best the magazine goes away for a while. That advice is free, and I won't even be mad if you take it. And now for our top story. The Black Cement 4s dropped this weekend, or is it the Black and Red 4s? Or the Bread 4s, or the Playoff 4s, or the 4s with the Nike Air on the back. It's been said that when you put out something in the world, whether it's a product, a service, or a sneaker unboxing video, it no longer belongs to you but the people. How do I know this? Because of the comment sections where I get feedback for this channel, my fashion sense, and my singing voice. Filet. Once this video is in the ether, people are going to do as they please. They're going to watch it, make GIFs, share it on social, or move on to the next thing. It's our job to care for and curate the content and hopefully cash in every once in a while. But don't expect to have any ownership over how it's shared by the world. In the case of sneaker culture, a shoe that was once the pinnacle of basketball performance in the 80s is now being used just about everywhere but on the court. I mean, when was the last time you saw a high-level tennis player wear OG Stan Smiths? And if you're gonna do that, at least play in the ones with boosts, which I'm still waiting for a restock of, Adidas. Come on. Sure. Jordan Brand can tell you the story of Michael Jordan wearing the Air Jordan 4 when he took the shot to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 30 years ago. But for most people under the age of 25, 1989 might as well have been 100 years ago. It's like showing my teenage nephew an original Game Boy and asking him to unbox it without killing himself. Anyways, Nike might own the rights, the intellectual property, and the ability to profit off the Air Jordan 4. But we determine its ultimate success or failure. And what to call it. There's been a slight kerfuffle on sneaker Twitter about Nike's marketing of the Black Cement 4s, or as the kids like to say, Bread 4s, which is shorthand for black and red. A lot of the ire is directed at the video where Jordan Brand co-opts the bread term for the first time.
Mankind lives on bread. Bread has iron. Mike had an iron will. Iron carries oxygen. Oxygen energizes. And this bread has energy.
They even go the extra mile and go all in on the food aspect, although I really wish we had some cooking experts in the comments who could tell me if bread really does cook at 400 degrees and rise after 23 minutes. This would be egregious on Jordan's part, except it isn't the first time Nike has used or profited off of bread. Back when the playoff Air Jordan 11 Retro dropped in 2012, which was when the bread nickname really started to take off, we got Jordan brand shirts with bread plastered on the front next to the typography found on the 11s. This is a petty internet fight that's been going on for years and people are genuinely affected by it. I've seen a number of old heads say they're going to pass on the shoe because of the marketing, which is within their right. But honestly, the outrage over the name is barely a whimper compared to the people who copped a pair. Here's the reality. For my recent unboxing video of these kicks, I called them both bread and black cement because it's not the sneaker hill that I'm willing to die on. Once upon a time, my nickname for the shoe we now call the Concord 11s was the patent leather Jordans. One of our hard patch writers called them the It's Over Now Jordans because 112 wore them for the music video. Like it or not, breads are now a part of the culture, but don't worry, in time, there will be a new nickname, and that will annoy those who grew up on bread, and the cycle will start over again. And great, now I want some bread. All right, now for this week's Hard Pass, where we take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go, like the Game of Thrones cinematographer who said it was my TV's fault I couldn't see the Battle of Winterfell. Look, man, leave me and my 23-inch Sony Trinitron alone. Our Hard Pass goes to early adopters of foldable phones, like Samsung Galaxy Fold. Every few years, cell phone makers try to come up with the next big thing to entice us to upgrade whatever's in our pockets right now. It's kind of like when brands drop retros and they swear this time they got the font on the Nike Air right, so you'll buy it again. Whether it's bigger screens, brighter screens, screens on the edge, screens you can touch, screens that will scan your face, there's always a next thing. At one point, we were going to have 3D displays on our phones without the need for glasses. But as the Nintendo 2DS proved, 3D is a cute gimmick, but ultimately serves no practical use other than making your head hurt after 45 minutes of playing Picross. This time, phones are going foldable, like we're one step closer to a Tony Stark future where we're just swiping at things in the air. But first, we're getting phones that can be converted into tablets, or in the case of the Motorola Razr, an even wider screen, probably so you can read that think piece on Medium without scrolling. Samsung and other companies are starting to roll out their first generation foldable phones, and it's not good. Tech reviewers who got the Galaxy Fold last week have experienced numerous issues, including particles wedging their way into the phones and having noticeable creases on their screens themselves. At least the batteries aren't exploding this time around, so I guess that's a win in Samsung's book. So my hard pass is for all of us to not buy these phones, but let others do it for us. With prices starting at nearly $2,000, or in Hypebeast terms, the cost of one box logo hoodie, it's not worth the flex of walking around and folding and unfolding your phone. At that point, you might as well be this guy who walked around with an iPad chain on his neck when they were new. Let's let Samsung figure it out for a few years, and when they finally get it right, we just get the Apple version. All right, and that's it for the show. Thank you guys for watching Hard Pass. I am Jacques Slade, and I just did Arya's challenge in one take. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Yo, so just finished editing Hard Pass. Wanted to say first, thank you guys for everyone that watched the last couple of episodes. I really appreciate all of your feedback. You guys have made a huge difference in how this show looks and how it feels and all of that stuff. And I think the show is actually getting better and better. But I think a big part of the show is you guys leaving comments below. So I did that piece about the Air Jordan 4 or the Black Cement Jordan 4 or the Nike Air Jordan 4 or whatever it is. And there are legitimately people that are really mad about it, but I want to know how you guys feel about it. Does it matter to you if someone says bread Jordan 4, or they say black cement Jordan 4, or they say Nike Air Jordan 4, or if they just say black and red Jordan 4? Does that matter to you at all? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about it, because it's causing quite a, like I said in the video, kerfuffle on Twitter and all the Twitter places and Instagram and stuff like that. Like, people are legitimately mad at Jordan Brand, and I don't understand it. It's just a shoe. I get it that you want to call it one thing, but I don't know. Anyway, so I just wanted to do this at the end of the video just because I thought about it and it kind of popped into my head, and I want to know what you guys think about it. So leave me some comments down below. Just let me know what you think, whether it's a big deal or not. And as kind of like a bonus thing that I kind of want to do. At the beginning of the video, I go, yo, 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 welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This show is about blah, 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 blah. I want you guys to write down in the comments, blah, blah, blah. Don't write blah, 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 but write what you think this show is about or something funny that you think I should say. And I'll pick one of your comments to put at the beginning of the video for next week. And please don't make it like nasty or explicit or anything like that, because then I just won't say it. Try to make it something funny that you think the other people in the comments would want to watch. Anyway, yeah, so with that being said, make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and all of that stuff if you guys haven't already. Again, appreciate you watching. Thank you very, very much. And I'll see you guys next week on Hard Pass. Peace.